Welcome back. Joining us now is Jatin Singh. He's founder and chairman at Skymet Weather Services. Jatin, hi. The early readings from Skymet indicate a subnormal 2026 monsoon. Not a really good news to go forward into as we step into the new year. How are you reading these readings and what's your analysis really?
You see, in the years that we've been doing this, there is a certain signature, and that is that of an evolving El-Nino. And these things obviously change. But 2026, the signs are there. The models are showing an evolving El-Nino. And if I had to flip a coin today, and if you had to make a decision about what the monsoon 2026 can be, then you have to be more conservative with your expectations. That is the best you can do right now. These things can change, but right now the chips are loaded towards a subpar monsoon.
Jatin, I'm assuming that there has been reading that you're taking in from the past as well. So what really are the probabilities that you see for this coming monsoon?
If you see, in terms of probabilities, in terms of the number of monsoon forecasts we've done since 2012, the ones that we've got right, the ones that we've got wrong, and one in early forecast, December, January, that we are right, I think there is more than a 60% chance right now. There is a significant chance that 2026 monsoon is going to be subpar. There is about a 30% chance that what I'm saying right now is not going to happen by June 2026, if I were to give you numbers on that.
As you said, these are still early days, but there's a 60% of a strong probability of this as being subpar. Yes. How are you reading the other metrics as well? Because I understand that El-Nino is one part of it, IOD is another, and these things do tend to change. What are we then looking at? And if 60% probability of a subpar below normal monsoon, what possibilities or probabilities are you putting on right now? And how are the other metrics adding in?
You see, there are two things that can change. The evolving El-Nino does not happen. The El-Nino, it collapses, and that has happened once since about 2009 that I've been watching this. It does happen. Or the IOD, like 2019, suddenly becomes overwhelmingly positive. Okay, like 2019, and it flips the whole script, and it does happen. But the probability of what we have seen. See, the problem here is that you need more experience as opposed to computing to solve these problems. IOD forecasts so far out are not very reliable. So again, it's a 10% chance that an IOD could come and flip the script, and about a 30 to 40% chance that the evolving El-Nino actually collapses and you go to a neutral monsoon condition. So it's somewhere there, but there's still a 60% chance that what we are seeing right now is going to turn out. But in terms of the IOD, you'll have to see it nearer to the monsoon. IODs can be positive, overwhelmingly positive, and can completely flip it. Twice, I think this has happened, once in 2007 and once in 2019. But the current situation that we are seeing was in December 2017, where 2018 is a drought. In December 2014, when 2014 was a drought. In 2008 and 2008 and 2009, if I recall, it's in the article that I've written, where this scenario has actually worked out in that manner.
Jatin, we're coming from 3 to 4 years, the previous years of very good monsoon, normal and above normal for a couple of last years as well. Yes. How big a cause of concern would you already start playing for 2026? I mean, that's going to be an added downside really for the Indian markets.
A significant concern. Don't underestimate the power of a bad monsoon. See, unfortunately, what has happened, the reason why the last 4 or 5 years monsoon, they were good monsoons, but they look better than they are, is because the normal has been revised downwards by 30%. Understand that very clearly. So what used to be, a normal monsoon now looks like an above normal monsoon. Because what used to be 890 millimeters has become 860 millimeters. I think the IMD has revised a normal couple of times without actually explaining it. And the other thing that the IMD has done that needs to be put out is that there can, according to their definitions now, there can be no drought, which I think is somewhat suspect, because the standards were very clear till about maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. 890 millimeters was the total normal. Anything below 10% was a drought. Between -5 was below normal. Then between 96 and 100 it was normal. Then 100 to 104 it was 105 it was above normal. I'm getting between 96 and 104 was normal, 105 to 110 was above normal, and 110% plus was excess. Now the whole median has been squeezed. So every monsoon actually seems better than it actually was. What used to be normal 5-6 years ago becomes above normal. But anyway, that set apart, numbers are numbers. I mean, you can have trade numbers and you can have a rupee falling, and you can make out what the exact truth is here.
Right.
So similarly, in this case, you need to be prepared, and as we will come closer to the monsoon, we'll be able to figure this out. But in my experience in evolving, El-Nino is happening. June starts stripping, and not to be excited by any pre-monsoon activity that might happen in April or May.
Okay.
So we need to see 2012, 2014, 2015, 2017 was a below normal, 2018, those kind of years.
Absolutely.
We haven't had a bad monsoon since 2018.
Still early days, but as Skymet is putting out, one of the more bad news perhaps is incoming. It's not going to be a great monsoon in 2026.
Okay, that is what we'll keep an eye out on. But thank you so much, Jatin, as well as Manisha, for joining us today and taking us through that conversation as well. On that note, we're going to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll connect with the management of Quest Corp on the hiring picture for 2026 and a lot more there. Stay tuned in for that conversation.